Now that Anthropic is turning a profit, it is thinking about going public with a market cap of about 1 trillion. Now before this happens, you can already buy shares of Anthropic or get exposure to Anthropic in various ways. I'm going to list 5 ways in how you could do this. The first way is via authorized secondary platforms. An example of these platforms is EquityZen and Force Global. Their current employees or former employees that have shares in Anthropic can sell their shares via the secondary market. To be able to buy shares there, however, you need to be a high net worth individual, as by most points on this list. Most of the times you can buy shares of these companies if you are rich already. This is how the rich keep getting richer and the poor keep getting poorer, which is only fair. It must be said, however, that Anthropic has been vocal against these secondary markets, so it comes with a bit of a risk. The second way in how you can get exposure into Anthropic is via big tech backers. Tech companies that have already backed Anthropic with a lot of money and have a big share into Anthropic. A major example of this is Amazon, which had made a big contribution in the early days already of Anthropic and spent a lot of money in them. So if you get Amazon shares, you will also get exposure into Anthropic. Plus you also get the whole Amazon company. And not only Amazon has put a large amount of money into Anthropic, also Google, so Alphabet, has put a lot of money into Anthropic. So if you want to get big exposure into AI, since Alphabet already has Gemini, but they also have a big investment into Anthropic. So that means that with Alphabet, you get exposure into Gemini and into Anthropic. Seems like a nice deal to me. Now, the third way in how you can get exposure into Anthropic is by third-party venture funds, like the ARK Venture Funds. The ARK Venture Fund has been involved in the early primary funding of Anthropic. Also, the ARK Venture Funds has OpenAI shares, so if you want to get some exposure into OpenAI and into Anthropic and many other companies, the ARK Venture Fund is the way to go and is very easily accessible for most people. Now, the fourth way in how you can get exposure to Anthropic is by private banking syndicates. This is again for high net worth individuals, or as we call them at home, rich people. During capital raises of Anthropic, they make contact with global wealth managers that have big clients in their portfolio, and those big clients can already buy Anthropic shares before the IPO. If you are rich, you can get richer, which is a bit like the fifth way in how you can get shares of Anthropic via private capital allocation, basically direct VC funding. Again, this is for very rich people that can participate in finance rounds as a late stage backer into Anthropic. But again, like most of these things, these are for rich people to get richer. Now, do I personally think that Anthropic is a good company to bear stocks from? I think it probably will go higher since there is a lot of AI hype in the near future in the next couple of years. However, in this channel, we are looking for companies that will 10x, 100x in the next 10, 15, 20 years. And I don't see Anthropic becoming a 10 trillion or 100 trillion company in that time frame. Of course, if AI takes over the whole world and Anthropic is on top of that, it will happen. But then nothing will be worth anything anymore. But that's another discussion. Would I put my money into Anthropic? I wouldn't, but what will you do? Are you planning on buying Anthropic shares before the IPO, after the IPO? Are you not touching it? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you found this video interesting, like and subscribe. Thanks, bye.